Thank you again for having us all here tonight, for all the other candidates coming out. I am Mike Lukas, I'm a current board member, and it's been a pleasure to serve you these past 4 years, and with your support, I would just serve you for another 4 years. I live in La Plata with my wife Kim and our son Chris, who goes to La Plata High School as a junior. My wife works at the College of Southern Maryland, and I've spent pretty much all my life here in Southern Maryland. And that's afforded me the opportunity to be a part of many organizations, and one of them, which you've already heard from several people tonight, is the Waldorf JCs. And those of you who don't know, they were very instrumental in performing Special Olympics in Charles County. That was one of their mainstays that started back in the 70s. And my niece works for Millwood, so I'm well aware of many of the issues that affect kids and parents in the special education world. As a board member, it goes without saying that I love the school system. I have a passion for the school system. And if you've heard me speak before, I've talked about the fact that we don't turn away any kid. And every year when kids graduate, they are all shapes, sizes, and color. Okay, they're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, male, female. They come from households that are very well-to-do. They come from households that are poverty-stricken. They can have one parent, two parents, or no parents. And every year, those kids are going to the best universities, they're being prepared for the workforce, they're getting the training they need to, if they take every opportunity that's available to them in the school system. And the one common thread that they have is the school system, Charles County Public Schools. If you take advantage of what is here, then you can succeed when you leave here. And for many years, as has been mentioned, the quality of service in the area of special education, this county has been in the forefront. You just have to look at each school. You look at the inclusion programs. You look at the life skills and the passion and dedication that teachers have in those programs. The Unified Sports, the Best Buddies program, right across the street here at Wayne Center. That was such a passion for Mr. Richmond. I can't begin to tell you how many times he spoke to us about it. And when we had to put money there, the recent renovations that were done, he wanted to make sure that happened. And I think, and I know that has paid dividends when I see what happens, when I see kids that graduate the school system, and you see them in the workforce in the area. If I work at a grocery store or in a nursery. And I know that we're doing a good job. Do we have some challenges in front of us? We do, and I'm not telling you something that you don't already know. With the new standards and the mandates with that, there will be challenge. But one thing that's important to know is that as far as how we deliver instruction and how teachers teach kids, there's no prescribed formula for that. Okay, there's nothing that says how that's going to be done, and so they can use a variety of methods, including technology, to deliver education, not to every kid, and in particular to kids in the special education arena. The issue will come in is when they do have to take a test, and as you heard earlier, that test, most kids are going to take that test without accommodation. Some won't have to take that test. They can put together what's called a portfolio, what people call an alt-MSA in the old paradigm. That's a portfolio. Some kids will get accommodation. Now, for kids that can't see or can't hear, those kind of accommodations are pretty apparent. What do you do for the kids in between? It's my hope that we take a very liberal view in our application of how much accommodation we can give. There's a program in the county not related at all to special education called Destination Imagination. It's creative problem solving. And the mantra for that is, if it doesn't say you can't, then you can. And so I've read a lot of the rules of the law, and certainly I'm not an expert, as the people here are, but I know that one test doesn't define who your kids are, doesn't define who our teachers are, because they have a passion like no other. I've seen it firsthand. And one thing that I can tell you is that as a board member, I've shown my dedication and my commitment to special education by properly funding it and to making sure that those programs continue. And we can take comfort in the fact that we're not going to be alone in the state in showing compliance. And I've said before, you know, I'll take a hit on compliance, I'll take a C in compliance when I know that as a system, we're getting an A in performance. We're going to deliver that quality instruction and the quality teaching and what we need to do to educate kids in the special education areas and all areas of our public education. We've talked about before about we need to recruit and retain teachers. That's very, very true. One of the areas that we do have a hard time with is that in special education, and that's a calling. Okay, that's a gift that people have, and it's a concern. And it's one that we constantly address. And again, as a board member, that's something I would do, and I'll be your advocate in the board. I mean, I know many of you, and I meet with people all the time. When they can't navigate the system, they don't know what to do, I help them out and point in the right direction. And I'm their voice, because I'm not here just to echo whatever happens in central office. I'm here, I'm a public servant, and I want to be your voice. And I look forward to doing that for the next 4 years. As I said, I listen, I care, and I act, and I've proven my commitment as a board member to special education. And with your help, I will serve you another 4 years. So thank you very much.